Pasuk Yud Aleph. Katontim kol hachasod mikol ha'emes, mikol ha'emes. I've become lessened, minimized, because all of the chasodim, mikol ha'emes, asher asisis avdecho, all that you've done for your servant. Kive makbi avarti, and we just wanted to qualify. What was the chasodim? Kive makbi avarti esayag nazir. I only crossed the Jordan with my walking stick. Now I have two camps. No, he's noticed the tefillah. This is the tefillah. He's praying to Hashem. Rashi. My merits have been lessened. Because of the chasodim and the emes that you did with me. Therefore I'm afraid. Maybe since you've promised me, I became soiled with sin. I mean, there seems to be a contradiction here. Howard's shaking his head. What's the contradiction? No, but he says he's no longer worthy because he's become soiled with sin. So what? No, it was conditional. It was conditional. You have to be at a special level. If you're not at a special level, you're not worthy. That's not a question. Over here he's saying, okay, the difficulty, he says, why am I concerned? Because I've been minimized because of all the chesed and the emes you did with me. So it seems that you have to have enough merit to be protected. Then he says, and maybe I became soiled with sin. If you're soiled with sin, regardless how much merit you have, you're soiled with sin. Is it because you're soiled with sin? Because you don't have enough merit. Rashi, it's a chazal. He's sending a chazal. Two things. My merit has been minimized. See, you know what kind of merit you need to stand up with a person like Esav? Unbelievable merit. Then he says, L'kach, therefore I'm afraid, because because maybe since you've promised me, I become soiled with sin, and that sin will cause me to be given over. So the sin is causing him, not because he has a lesser merit. Right? Speculating. He's not a day trader.
No, but it says if I don't have it. Isn't that what you just said? Didn't you say if?
Shema means maybe. Maybe. So why is he deserving to be given over to Esav? Because I've become soiled with sin. The yigromli, and that will cause me to be given over. So it has nothing to do with lessening of schus. You're soiled with sin, you deserve to be given over. So it has nothing to do with my merits have become lessened. So I think what it's saying is, if you have enormous amount of merit, even if you're slightly soiled with sin, it's not a problem. The schus would somehow cause that the slight degree of imperfection shouldn't be a problem. But because over here I don't have sufficient merit, and I've been soiled, now being soiled with sin is a problem. That's what Chazal are telling us. No, soiled. Degree, I've been soiled. Not with a lot. I mean, what sin could have Yaakov done? Right? We find in Parshas Ekev, over there, the famous Rashi cites Chazal, in Ekev Tishmun. What's the Ekev Tishmun? Ekev means the heel. That if a person even observes mitzvah she'odom dash ba'akevov, that is the mitzvah the person tramples on with his heel. If you keep even those mitzvahs, then you're at that special level. Then you're deserving of unlimited bracha. Right? That's what Moshe Rabbeinu says to Klal Yisrael. That's what it says, Im Ekev Tishmun. So over there, as I explained it, what it means to say like this, if a person even observes mitzvah shen odom dosh ba'kev, what does that mean? Why is he more deserving? No, Alicia, what did I say over there? You should remember.
Because everyone else will ask. And then you show the value of the
Now, the question is, why does one do a mitzvah if you do it for the right reason? Because God commanded us. Tzivah Hashem. So if it's God's command, does it make a difference? Is there such a thing as a lesser mitzvah, a greater mitzvah? Whether it's Shabbos, or whether it's not speaking Lashon Hara, or it's giving tzedakah, Hashem wants you to do every one of them. So what do you mean? The mitzvahs that a person tramples on is here. So why do people differentiate one mitzvah and the other? Because they don't do it because Hashem said, commanded you to do it. You do it because you have your own yardstick. Is it worthwhile? Not worthwhile. Greater schar, lesser schar. That's the reason why people make differentiations. But if a person doesn't make the differentiation, what does that indicate? Has nothing to do with that I'm a beneficiary, because Hashem said we should do it. So, so over there, the Medrash Tanchuma cites a pasuk from Tehillim, where David HaMelech is concerned. He says, Avon akeva yisubuni. The sins of my heel are engulfing me. So David says, I'm not worried about that I did mitzvahs, but I'm worried that maybe there are certain mitzvahs that I neglected. And if there are mitzvahs I neglected, then I'm going to be condemned. That's what David says. Meaning, if I don't ignore any mitzvah, then I'm okay, because that's an indication that I did it lishma. But if there should be even one mitzvah which I neglected, what does it say about everything? As much as you think lishma, it's for you, it's not for Hashem. Because otherwise, even one of them, why did you not do lishma? Right? Why did you neglect it? So evidently, continuously using your own yardstick. That was David's worry, that may be the basis for his prosecution. Avon akeva yusubuni. No, we all believe, we did it lishma, we did it this. You may believe it. But even when you do lishma, you're doing really for him, or because lishma, you're going to be the beneficiary. So again, you're using a yardstick. This mitzvah lishma, it's not worth my while. That mitzvah lishma, that's something special. So are you doing it really for Hashem? If it's because it's the tzivah Hashem, what difference does it make? So the answer is always that hook. It's because it's me. He was punished. No, you could always slip up. There, that had nothing to do with the shema. No, it's a whole different concept. A human being is not perfect. But where do you sin? Where do you sin? That's the question, where you sin. It's a whole different type of sin. When you lose it, I lost it. When I do a mitzvah because of what? Because of my self-interest, and therefore I neglected one, how could you neglect it? If your whole understanding is only Hashem, not you. See, there, that's an overt intent. There, anger is you lost it. No, that's something bigger, but it's a different. There, it's like you're a free fall. You go into a state of anger. Now you're vulnerable to many things. It's a whole different. The basis for the failing. There's an expression. A leopard can't change its spots. There's certain kinds of behavior. A person makes a mistake, but a certain kind of behavior. This tells him what you are. A person can't do that unless that's who you are. I once had many years ago. No, there's no such measure. There's no such measure. Yeah, it doesn't say angry. It says worse than that. Worse than that. It's not. Many years ago, I had a thing, Din Torah, many years ago. Moshe was involved. Zech Tzadik Levrocha, Rabbi Yaakov was involved. It had to do with Torah din Torah. So Rav Moshe said something which supported me, Rav Moshe Feinstein. It had to do with my Rosh Yeshiva Zechariah Levrocha. So this other person was a Rosh Yeshiva. Could you imagine? And he said the reason why Rav Moshe said it is because he has a negius. Yeah. He has some kind of... I say, you know something? This man to me is worth zero. If you could question Rav Moshe's credibility, that the basis of a halachic opinion is because he has a conflict of interest, that means Rav Moshe, you've just reduced him to worthlessness. What kind of ben Torah are you? What kind of that? You're a role model for students. It was a person that he was in his 40s. We're not talking about it. He was a prominent Rosh Yeshiva, you know. And this person would kill a person l'shem shamayim. The same Rosh Yeshiva. You understand? If that's the, but how could you even say those words? So after it says, "Oh, he made a mistake." I said, that mistake, you don't make that kind of mistake. Because that reveals your whole perception of everything. To be continued. No question. It's different. It's different than a Freudian slips through. Look. You know, if according to Mesilas Yesharim, if you have nikius means you've uprooted the source. We're always in a suppressive state. We're not that pure. So we do the right thing. Why? Because it's not we don't have an inclination. We're in control of an inclination. Freudian slip only indicates what your inclination is. This is worse than this. This is worse than this. Here you're supposed to have a certain perception. But it's worse than a Freudian slip. It's a whole understanding of what is and what's not. It's like you missed the boat. He didn't know. He said, "I don't know where I failed." He doesn't know where he failed. He's worried. No, but he's worried. There's a person's a tzaddik. Does he know where he failed? Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. He was worried. Okay, let's do Chelek. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough time. Because if we're learning Gemara Chelek, we have to have 10 minutes minimally every day.